Alright everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So if you haven't already, I did do a new channel update video for the channel. So it kind of talks about, the current events going on in the world, stuff that's going to be happening on the channel, things like that. If you haven't already, I do highly recommend please going and checking it out. Kind of gets across a lot of my thoughts, what's happening recently with Palestine and everything, what you can do to help support them, things like that, what's happening with read-throughs, all that kind of stuff. So please do go check it out. It has some details and stuff on things, just so you're kind of aware of what's going to be going on, what's happening with the channel for the next month or so. With that said, we are going to be catching up on some read-through chapters today with Shonen Jump stuff. Like I mentioned in the channel update video, I do want to keep at least current with this because I do not want to have a backlog pile up like I did last time. Because like I mentioned before, during fall, winter seasons is kind of peak seasonal affective disorder, kind of when the depression really hits really bad. So it's really already hard for me to kind of create content and make videos during that time. And so I know if I let a backlog pile up now, it's going to be almost nigh impossible for me to get caught up again. And it's going to be kind of like weigh on me a little bit. So we're going to get caught up with some Shonen Jump stuff today. So we got some chapters of Akane, Spy Family, and Kaiju No.8 to get through. So we're getting through Kaiju No.8 in just a second here. So I did get kind of like semi-spoiled on this chapter in that I've seen a lot of discussion about whether the series is potentially ending very soon or what's going on. So I'm curious to see what exactly happened in this chapter to kind of swing the fan consensus that way. So we'll see what happens with that. Apart from that, if I sound subdued, again, it is because of world events. Really, my heart is kind of not really into kind of, trying to be happy and pretend like everything's all right. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Kaiju No.8, chapter 96, by Naoya Matsumoto. Sorry, my mouse is acting up today. With translation by David Evelyn, lettering by Brandon Bovia. So we pick up last time with, the mother and the daughter hiding in the civilian shelter going, we're okay because this city has Captain Ashiro. And we see as the big block kaiju with the faces gets the hole blown right through the center. With the shoom, it just kind of crash lands in the middle of the city. And you see all the civilians in the shelter going, it's gotten kind of quiet. And you have a notification. And you have Captain Ashiro's neutralized Kaiju number 14. And you see all the civilians and even like the grunt soldiers kind of just celebrating. And you see Kafka also, like as he's listening into the news, thinking back to when he and Ashura got the exam results and how she's like, getting like slowly further and further away from him. And he just like with tears in his eyes, like, Mina's like, you really have left me behind. And you have 5 identified class threats taken down at the same time. This is a historic feat. It thinks back to Isao saying, neutralizing kaiju will never be the same. And Scarred Baldy, I know his name starts with an I can't remember what it is for the life of me, goes, yes, your judgment was impeccable. And you see Ashura coming, standing down next to the kaiju and like looking at it. And cheering, testing. Can you hear me? Yes, well, and you have number 9 doing a little video call going, hello there, Defense Force. It's like, it's number 9, right there. And Hoshino's like, of course. It's like, this couldn't be the true end of things. What the hell's going on? Why are you glitching on me, Shonen Jump? Sorry. What the hell is going on? Why does it feel like there's a page missing? I'm sorry, it feels like there's a page because I have just like a blank white page on one side. But you have number 9 going, I never would have thought that you would take down my masterpieces so quickly. You guys are far stronger than the Defense Force and Isao's memories. Even so, you performed well within my expectations. Oh, God. I've won this fight. And you see all of the Defense Forces getting like pissed off. He's like, all that's left is for me to take hold of that power and end things. He's like, that time before and that other time. He's like, it destroyed with tremendous force the works of Unleashed. The entity that holds the most desperate and destructive power in the Defense Force. You're like, that's... And you see... Oh, what the hell, bro? So you see in some kind of like underground like chamber with like these beams and everything everywhere. So you see a white like version of number 14. Like, that's a white number 14? It's like, something's off. The Kaiju number 14's vitals remain undetectable. We're just giving off internal teleportation energy readings. And he goes, my plan will be realized upon attaining her power. Yeah, it can't be. What the hell is this, bro? And you see, I don't know if it's supposed to be like the white ones like splitting almost like the gates of truth in Full Metal Alchemist, but you see it splitting open as number 9 steps through the gate through where the other number 14 is. And he goes, now, let's start wrapping things up. So you have episode 9, The Last Wave. Yeah, I don't... That is a very odd chapter, and I don't know what to make of that. I guess I'll go from the beginning to the end with my thoughts. So, like, all right, this felt like a very short chapter, even though it was like 28 pages. There's a lot of double page spreads and stuff, but we have like, the conclusion of the fight, everything like that, with everyone cheering, rah, 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 go Mina, whatever. That was fine. But number 9 doing like the whole like, oh, this was my plan all along. Again, that feels a little bit too tropey with like the villain being like, oh, you played, you danced to my puppet strings. You did exactly what I wanted you to do. Kind of things. I don't really know if I care for that or not. It really was going to depend on what the next stage of this plan and stuff is. But yeah, I don't know. The ending has kind of got me like on two minds because like, all right, because this kind of retroactively makes me annoyed with the last chapter now, because we now have the whole thing like, okay, now we have the last chapter being like, oh, to introduce like this whole idea of like, oh, Mina's like, like super unique power, being able to output like all this energy and stuff as a convenient setup for this chapter number 9 to be like, oh, this was my plan all along. And it kind of actively makes the last chapter look back. It feels like, it's kind of like a plot contrived setup for the current chapter. But I also don't want to judge it until we kind of see where this is going from here. Because the episode 9, The Last Wave, kind of does give the vibes of like we're going into the final arc. So I don't know. This is a very kind of odd and confused chapter. I think I'm going to have to wait till the next one comes out before I give my thoughts on this. Yeah, I think I have to wait till the next one to see what happens. Apart from that, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please do, as always, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, please do check out the channel update video. Until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.